Oh, they're all red. And everyone knows how when you go tenting and stuff and you try to put your tent back in the bag and it's annoying. But look, I'm jinxing myself right now. I didn't have it for deer hunting. No. Yeah, we're gonna edit that out because I don't know what I'm saying. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's gonna be a little bit different of a video. Today I am going to be going over all of my YouTube equipment. So sharing with you guys all of the equipment that I use to make the videos that I do for you. If you are new here, my niche is outdoors. I do hunting, fishing, trapping, hiking, anything really outdoors. So it's weird today, we're indoors. I just thought it would be nice to go over all the equipment that I have accumulated and to show you what I'm using kind of behind the scenes. So let's get started. So I want to start with the bag that I use. I've had this bag for a very long time. In 2015 into 2016, I started doing professional photography. So I started out as a photographer and then got into filmography and started my YouTube channel. So right now I'm filming this video on my Canon 6D Mark II. This is what I use for photography only, and I thought it'd be nice to use for this video so I can show the camera that I use for filming YouTube. I also use the Video Rode Micro for audio. I'm not gonna be able to show you guys that today because I am using it, but I will link everything that you see in this video down below in the description bar, so if you're interested, it's right there for you guys. I got this bag back when I started photography. I am in the works of looking for a new one because this one has seen better days. Lots of storage options. I keep my SD cards in here. I keep other like glasses, miscellaneous stuff in here. And then I keep a lot of GoPro stuff in here and then camera equipment within the big pocket. It came with a lot of these inserts, which I now only use one. And I just block off right in the middle. Some GoPro stuff goes in the bottom, camera stuff goes in the top. It also has these pockets so you can fit stuff in there. I usually put batteries in here, I put power banks in here, chargers, stuff like that. It also has pockets on the side. These actually fit like camera battery chargers, fit in here perfectly. So this is what I used it for when I was specifically doing photography. Now I find myself actually putting in lens cleaners because these are so needed, any lens cleaners whatsoever. When you're in the outdoor niche and you're shooting outside in all different environments, then you want to have a lens cleaner with you. I shoot a lot of ice fishing and a lot of snow and ice and fog gets built up on my lens. So I'm constantly just wiping it off so I can get a good quality film for you guys. So basically what I'm gonna do is pack my bag back up because I have taken everything out to show you. So as we go, I'll be packing my bag. So next I wanna talk about the cameras that I use. I just got this new cover the other day. I really like it. I will be traveling here soon, so I wanted to have something safe for this while being in suitcases and on airplanes and stuff like that. So this I will link down below. It's just a nice case. Camera goes inside. It actually has a cute little like zipper. You could put SD cards in there. And then it has a loop on the bottom for like your belt. So you could put it on your belt or you can attach it on anything else. So the camera I'm using right now is the Panasonic Lumix. It is the FZ300. It's more of a telephoto lens where you can get a really good zoom. This goes 25 to 600 millimeters, so you can really see the extension on the lens there. This camera is also really nice to have being an outdoor niche, so if I see any wildlife, I'm able to zoom in further and get a better picture. I am still learning a lot about this camera. The quality of it is just not me as a photographer. I like to shoot in manual mode. I like to control all my settings. And there's things about this camera where you just can't shoot in manual mode. You put it on auto and it goes great, and I'm just kind of dealing in between with that. The other thing about this camera is very nice to get a far away video of something. Like I shot an eagle the other day while we were ice fishing, or seeing birds when we were bird hunting. But one of my troubles is keeping it stabilized. So a lot of the times I'll be zooming out and holding the camera, trying to get that good video of that eagle, and the whole time it's like moving all around. So a tripod is great with this. It keeps everything stable. Definitely recommend a tripod. But so far I am happy with this camera for what it's doing for me right now. Battery life isn't the best, but I am also shooting outdoors in -degree temperatures, so I have to give it the benefit of the doubt. And I honestly haven't really used it in the warmer weather. So I'm hoping once I take it on my vacation with me and I use it this spring and summer that I will enjoy it more and hopefully realize that the battery life is better than I think. Next for cameras is my GoPro. I do shoot with a GoPro Hero Black. It's a 10. Long story short, I bought, not specifically this GoPro, but I bought the GoPro 10 back in March, so a year ago, and it kind of crapped the bed on me a couple months ago during, well, I guess it was actually into October. So I was bear hunting and then getting into deer hunting, and it would just go black on me. It would show all the functions on the screen, but there was like no lens. I had no clue what was going on. I knew I had a trip coming up where I really would like to use it. So I contacted GoPro. I talked with a very nice guy for about an hour on the phone, and it came down to him sending me a form to send my GoPro back to the manufacturer and them sending me a brand new GoPro. So thank you to GoPro for being so super helpful and having great customer service. But you got some stuff to fix on these things. I have noticed with this guy already using it on a trip last week that if you take extended long videos, so like I turned my GoPro on, I was catching a fish, the video ended up being about 14 minutes long. When putting it over onto my editing software, it just completely like malfunctioned and did not want me to use this video. And the videos that I got out of that 14 minutes were like the highlight of the video that I was going to be posting on YouTube. So I needed it. Went through a lot of different options to get that video to work. I got it to work, not in the best way, not in the greatest quality. So I do not like that about this. The GoPro does work wonders and it's amazing. It's great quality when you're taking shorter videos. So if you're able to turn it on, start the video, and then do whatever you're doing and then shut it off, that's when you're gonna get the better video. You know it's gonna work for you. I haven't had any issues with that. I've only had issues with longer videos. I was also in a very cold climate, and I also use, which we'll get into later, not name brand batteries. So I was using some newer batteries that I hadn't tried out yet, and I don't know if maybe they're the best quality batteries to make this little bad boy run. I like to keep it in the case that it came in. So I set this guy in here, GoPro in there. So another camera that I do use is my cell phone. I have an iPhone 14, I believe this is. It's just the regular 14. It doesn't have all the special lenses. It's not the Max or the Pro, anything like that. And I use this a lot for if I'm gonna do like a short or a reel and I wanna get that vertical video. I do recommend just using your phone for simple things like that. The cameras on these phones are crazy. So next we're gonna get into another very important part of equipment, which is tripods. Like I said, you need tripods for better stability, unless you're shooting with a GoPro, because the stabilization on the GoPros are amazing. But I still use, for my GoPro, this small tripod. It extends out like so. You can grip it. It then extends up, and if you turn this guy on the side, it moves around, so whatever you're looking for. Coming back to my cell phone and using that to get shorts and reels, I also use this tripod, and I have these guys. So these are great, super cheap on Amazon, and I will connect these on, and then you're able to kind of turn to the side, tighten, if I could do it right here, there, tighten this down, and then you have, you know, your sideways view, your tripod up, and then you're able to take your phone and have it like so, or like so, whichever way you like shooting at. And then you're able to have a nice tripod to do reels and shorts. Another thing I really like about this tripod is how small it is. I mean, that's 6 inches. So I do put it in my GoPro little container because I use it mostly with my GoPro. So it all fits in there nicely together. I keep this in my GoPro container as well, and that all stays right there. This is my main tripod. It's Amazon Basics, super cheap, super affordable, and it just works great for what I'm doing outside. So if I'm catching a fish, if I'm ice fishing and I have a flag go up and I'm going to that flag, I always set my camera up prior to going to my trap. So it's nice to just have this like so with my camera mounted on it and to just set this down. And just the medium size of this tripod gives a little bit height off the ground, and so the video looks so much better. Don't forget your connector piece ever. So the other cool thing about this is it does extend up, and it, just like any tripod, you know, it lets you swivel everywhere. And then it also has 3 different extensions, so it goes out pretty long. So it can go up pretty tall. It does just get real wobbly when you're down to that last one because it is cheaper and it's kind of more made for that medium view in a tripod. I have really enjoyed this. This was a great purchase, and it's actually one of the first things that my YouTube channel bought me. So that was super exciting as well. All right, back to filling the bag. When I do bring my tripod, there's a strap on it right here, and there are 2 buckles right here on this side. So I actually bring the buckles through and I snap them on like that, and I just kind of let it float, but at least I know it's attached and staying there. On to my next category is kind of all of my GoPro equipment. If you guys use GoPro, you know how much stuff you accumulate. It's crazy. These guys, you know, millions of these. I just chuck them in there. These guys, millions. Chuck them in there. You never know when you're gonna need them. This guy right here I really like for hiking or deer hunting. If you have a backpack and you're tracking and you're trying to get that tracking video, your GoPro mounts right on here, and then this is very sturdy Velcro, and it wraps around the strap of your backpack and sits here. So it's nice when you're just walking and can have that right here. You can click your GoPro on, get everything. Obviously, if you're shooting right-handed, you want it over here so you can pull up. But this is nice for hiking, hunting, anything like that. Next is this guy. I love this clamp mount. I've only used it a handful of times so far because I just got it, but I love the sturdiness of it. Like, it's not cheap, but it is cheap. It was, I don't even think it was over $15. You can unattach it from the top, and then if you have these guys, you can then mount your GoPro on this and just do this. So your GoPro mounts down on here if you just want to clamp it on. I do plan to use this a ton during spring fishing. This is great to clamp onto the side of the boat or clamp onto the front of a canoe and be able to just have your GoPro right there in front of you if you're sitting in the front of the canoe, or even if you're in the back of the canoe paddling, you can clamp it onto the yoke of the canoe and it's right there. It has that extension. I think it's awesome. So good find, definitely recommend. The next thing, this guy. We've all seen these. If you're a GoPro user, it's a waterproof case. The newer GoPros, I think 9, 10, and all the new ones up that have this black outer case and look like this, they are waterproof like this. This GoPro I can put in the water and go, I think it's like 30 feet down. I've had so many issues with GoPro so far in just a year of owning it that I do not trust that, and I do not want to even risk it. So I bought this waterproof casing. It was probably, I think, under $15. And it just gives me the reassurance that I'm going to continue to be able to use my GoPro. Most of the stuff, if I am underwater, it's gonna be a B-roll shot. It's gonna have music over it. I'm never gonna use the audio of being underwater. So that's where it makes sense to just put it in the case, have the bad audio, take that audio out during editing and slap in some nice music while you're snorkeling underwater, while you're fishing, anything like that. So, recommend this guy. This is a car mount. I haven't used it yet, as you can see the plastic still on it, but I do follow a creator who swears by it, and when she's vlogging and driving, she mounts this on her car window, and then she mounts her camera. I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, so my camera's on. Obviously, it's upside down. That is okay. When you film videos upside down and you put them on your computer, sometimes they flip them the right side up. I think GoPro does. Or all you have to do is flip it around. Easy, simple editing moment. But you can mount this on your car windshield and have your good camera filming you while you're driving. If it's you and your couple in a vehicle talking, if you're on a trip and you want to explain where you're going, this is great. You can also put it on your dashboard. It came with that sticky 3mm tape, and you can stick that right on your dashboard, and you can actually take it off, and that 3mm tape stays on there, and you can like constantly like suction it to this circle that it came with. I don't know where that went because I don't plan on using it. So moving on to a couple more things that are a necessity are definitely batteries. So for my GoPro, I carry this little guy, and I just bought this guy. So these are just Amazon finds. They're not GoPro name batteries, and they charge right within the carrier. This one was a lot cheaper than this one, and I bought it because it was cheaper, and these are the batteries I was filming with when I had the issue with the longer video on my GoPro. So they have like a curve to them. I don't know if you can see that. And most GoPros batteries have just, you know, that boxy rectangle style. So I'm not sure if there's just, you know, a cheapness going on there, but I do like to have the containers with me. A lot of people just like throw their batteries into a bag, but I also carry power banks because we stay off grid so much. We're staying in tents, we're nowhere where there's electricity. I need to keep my batteries charged, and I don't have enough batteries to last me a whole trip sometimes. So I carry 2 different power banks. This power bank specifically has the circle on the top, so I can charge my phone just by setting it on the top, and it is charging. So it's nice to have that, where if I do forget my charger for my cell phone, or I just don't even have to think about it because I know this has the ability to charge on. It has 2 different ports here, and this one has 2 as well. So for example, this guy here has to be charged to charge the batteries. So I will just plug them into here, and then I don't really know if you can see it, but these light up on the front. Other cool thing about these carriers, like this is fully water resistant. I wouldn't say proof because it is a little wobbly on the top, but you can latch it onto anything, and it has that rubbery case The other thing is it also fits micro SD cards in it. There's 3 slots for micro SD. 1 is right in here and then 2 on the top of the case. So that is nice, which goes to my next subject of SD cards. The number 1 SD card that I use, I'm actually using in this camera right now. It's a 256 gigabyte and it's a V30, which is very important when shooting in 4K or higher resolution cameras. I shoot with the same V30 for my GoPro. 256 gigabytes is a lot. When you're shooting with a GoPro, you need a lot. Because you're constantly turning it on, turning it off, turning it on, turning it off. You don't want to worry about what you have left for memory when you're hiking or exploring or out adventuring on vacation. So for the GoPros, you do have to use the micro SD. I have accumulated a lot of them. So sometimes I use the micro SDs that I have for backup from my camera, but I also carry these adapters. So you can put the micro SD card in the bottom and then slide it in there, and then you can put it in your camera. So these will save you if for some reason your memory card is full and you're on the top of a mountain or something. So you can then take one of these, still the same amount of storage, and just put the micro SD in. I used this the other day on a trip just because I forgot my SD card down home. So lifesaver, they are great. Next, I want to get into my camera batteries. I bought these the other day and haven't even opened them yet, but they are the same as these. They're not a name brand Panasonic, but they have worked really well for me. I haven't noticed any difference really in them. So I now have 5 camera batteries that I've accumulated, which is great. Have 7 GoPro batteries that I've accumulated, and I like to look at it as GoPro batteries last for about an hour. If you are actively filming and stuff is actively going on, then that battery is gonna last you an hour. So 7 batteries, 7 hours. So batteries are very important to have, especially rechargeable batteries. So I'm gonna continue packing my bag here. So all my batteries I like to put up in here. My power banks I put in this here. Any kind of chargers, wires, all the things I will put in here. Not the neatest. And this zipper broke. Again, a lot of my GoPro stuff in there, so my clamps in there, my car mounts in there, and I will zip that up. Like I said before, I like to put my micro SD cards in this little pocket. They're easy to get to. And there you have it. This is everything I use to film the YouTube videos that I make with an outdoor niche. If you guys are interested in any of the stuff you saw here, it will all be linked down in the description bar below. And if you're interested in the outdoor niche and what I do, please take a look at my channel, subscribe if you're interested, or just, you know, see what I'm up to. I use all of this stuff every time I go out. So this bag is usually with me. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what you thought. This is different than my usual content, as I'm coming indoors and I'm explaining to you what's going on behind the scenes in a way with all of my equipment that I use to make the videos that I make. So thank you guys so much for sticking along and watching this video. Again, if you're interested in anything seen here today, the link is down in the description bar below. Thank you guys.